Welcome back to Frostpunk. We are currently working on getting more steel because that is our Achilles heel at the moment. But we're also building the temple. Getting this steelworks up to the next level will help massively though. We might want to... food for overtime work. Our people are becoming less and less committed to their work. Perhaps we should at least give them extra rations while they're sweating blood on emergency shift. Yes, that's not a problem. That raises hope as well. I think we need to build a few more resource depots. Need one for food and one more for coal. What is the current status on coal? Pretty good. The temple has been erected. The magnificent symbol of our devotion is now visible throughout the city. Hope rises. That's a rather nice hope bonus. Now let's do ceremonial service, which will rise hope and also mend some Londoners' ways. So we have 23 of them, and one of them went down. Good. Let's also do evening prayers. And one more down. The Londoners prey on discontent. A few are persuaded. A member of the Londoners is talking to a crowd. He is trying to scare as many as possible into joining the exodus to London. But his visions of doom ring false in the ears of our people who are content with the situation in the city. We can ask a cleric to reassure people. Up to 25. But I'm not very worried about that now that we have hope up, because the tendency is now dropping. The only annoying thing is that, well, they will start doing annoying things. Okay, so this one is now up. Don't think we need to have the heater on in there. Now let's build another steam steelworks. Doesn't that require... Oh, it doesn't require steam cores. The temple has influenced some people to mend their ways, so 2 Londoners have converted back to our cause. So one of these for food rations and one of them for coal. And another act of vandalism. The Londoners have defaced more walls, urging everyone to join them and abandon the city. Some graffiti even mocks your leadership, branding you an unfit leader incapable of doing what it takes to save our people. Again, let's send a cleric to reassure the people. And then we should probably research something. We need quite a bit of stuff to research the difference engine. Steam sawmills. Guess we can go with that. Now what? Cleric beaten. Captain, a priest was assaulted whilst trying to reassure people disturbed by the Londoners' slogans. We should do something to protect our people. We need the faith keepers to secure the streets. It seems that the faith path is also quite authoritarian. Pathkeepers policing the city streets. Huh. Oh well. People abandon the Londoners. First Londoners convinced to stay. Sir, several of the people who wanted to flee to London have decided to trust you and stay. They say that your recent decisions convinced them there is hope for us here yet. I'm glad to hear that. Scouts have reached the frozen grove. Some trees in this grove bear deep cuts in the shape of a cross. We found some bones scattered around them. Buried shame. Poking around the trees marked with crosses, we found shallow graves under each of them. The dead bodies lack most of the bigger muscles, and some bones bear signs of a cutting tool. The corpses have been obviously stripped of edible parts. Now we know what kept the survivors by the freshwater springs from starving. We'll leave graves intact, but we can cut trees for wood. 255 wood. Let's send them off to the snow cliff. $10 left. Should be plenty. Okay. Let's research the steam sawmill. I think that we have to build steam hubs for these sawmills now. This one has access to quite a bit of the area. All of it actually, so that's an easy one. Let's build it. Okay, let's build it there, because then we... Maybe not. A difficult decision. There, I guess. And as for this one, there should be fine. Here we go. Steam sawmill has been researched. Requires a lot of steel. Plea of the Faithful. Sir, a priest is here with a group of followers. We're asking you to cut the public house opening hours. They contend that the pleasures it offers poison the minds and souls of our people. That seems reasonable, I guess. Hope will rise. How bizarre. Okay, let's go into the difference engine then. $742, $815. Need 40 steel. You know what? We don't need that currently. We have plenty of wood. We can pass a new law. We have to pass the law for faith keepers. Righteous denunciation. Yeah. Faith keepers. Let's build that there then. 1, 2, 3. Difference engine has been researched. Coal mining rationalization, we don't need that at the moment. Sawmill range extension, that's not a bad thing. House redesign, that is what we're going to take. This one has reached the snow cliff. The hole in the snow cliff leads to a small chamber. Someone lives here, but the lonely human figure we saw from afar has disappeared. It might be the sole survivor of Winterhome. The refugee from Winterhome. The man we've seen from afar was nowhere to be found. Searching his burrow, we found a diary of a scientist who fled Winterhome. After the starving city fell into chaos, its leader, an army captain, appointed himself an absolute ruler. He tried to impose order using force. Plenty of people, disgruntled, deserted the city, and most of the others rebelled against him. Site discovered, shrouded cave. Some food and stuff. 7 hours, let's go there then. We need people to work in the Faith Keepers. The Faith Keepers have been established. You prove that you follow through on your promises. Hope rises. And discontent massively went down. What is this? I seem to have created a cult. Oh well. Let's do a sermon. Which reduced the number of Londoners. Excellent. Scouts have reached the fishing village. A hot spring keeps a tiny patch of sea from freezing here. The Americans used this opportunity to set up a fishing village. It's deserted now. This fishing village used to supply Tesla City with food. Searching it, we found a letter. Mike, don't return to the city. Tesla is a madman. He cast out all the amputees, all the sick. Jerry's parents and old Beth are among them. There will be blood, that's for sure, and soon. The village was left in order. We could send a team here to start fishing. That probably gives us a food outpost. Yep. What do you guys have? You have 2 steam cores. Okay, let's send you off to the... ice corridor then. How is our current housing condition situation? We have 60 vacant beds in houses. Almost no people were sick. That is actually quite impressive. Scouts have reached the children's hideout. This cave is a hideout for some children who were evacuated from Winterhome. There are no adult survivors here. We should talk to the kids and take them to our city. We talked to little survivors. We talked to the children in the hideout. They said that one night their teachers and some hunters took them out from Winterhome on a secret adventure. Teachers told them they were going to stay here for a while. When the food ran low, their guardians went back to get more and didn't return. It seems these kids were evacuated in time before things in their city got really ugly. That's nasty. Send the children to the city? Ah no, let's escort them. We formed the children into an orderly column and set off towards the city. They walk quietly and resolutely, like little adults, the youngest clutching their toys tightly. This is going to be a long journey. Please have enough warm beds prepared for their arrival. 34. So we have enough housing for them. But we need 2 more child shelters. Candles for the wicked. Sir, people are no longer troubled by the Londoner slogans. Group prayers have strengthened our community. Small candles keep appearing under the slogans. People leave them when they pray for the souls of the Londoners. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so we need to build 2 child shelters. I guess that's a good location for them. They will be covered by that steam hub. How are these coming along? Even more people have abandoned the Londoners. They're now down to 16. We have 9 days left. And our coal situation, we are going in minus now. Which means that it is time to upgrade to a steam coal mine, which requires 40 steel. The temperature is now at minus 60 degrees. Youch. Let's increase to steam level 3. And also build a steam coal mine.
Work time. Get back to work.
14 hours left. Scouts have reached the ice corridor. We are following the wide corridor of crushed ice that the American dreadnought, the USS Hephaestus, left in its wake. A triumph of engineering. We marveled at the thick slabs of ice that have been crushed and swept aside by the American dreadnought Hephaestus. Soon we might be able to learn how it managed to accomplish such feats. We can see a huge silhouette in the distance, which might be its sister ship, Prometheus. Sites discovered, icebound dreadnought. Carry on. Let's go to the research station. And we're currently going in a massive coal deficit because that building is not currently operative. Houses now cost 10 less wood and steel to build. And I think we need healthcare insulation, or rather I know we need healthcare insulation. Coal mining rationalization is also something we need. Generator efficiency upgrade. Let's go with the... Okay, I need to see here. The generator... Oh, gosh. Let's go with the steam hub efficiency upgrade. And it's done. We need to upgrade the tents. Guess we'll get on doing that. Change of heart. Sir, a man was found crying silently in the temple. We approached him to ask if he needed help. He told us he wanted to see you. I thought my faith died long ago, sir, with my wife and daughters in London. I couldn't see any purpose in our new life, in the fight for survival. But today, when I entered the temple, I saw a future for us. Now, I'm ready to face it. I'm glad to hear that. One less Londoner. We still are going in a deficit on the coal. We might have to do emergency shift on the coal mine. It's just one more day. Scouts have reached the research station. The door of the research station has been bashed in. There are signs of fighting inside, broken furniture, damaged scientific instruments, and spatters of blood. The last discovery. Inside the ransacked station, we found Tesla's audio diary. A voice speaks. All the observed changes, like suns dimming, volcanic ash, could not have caused such cooling. But what if the huge quake of 1887 in Patagonia was an asteroid strike? There's shouting, crashes, and then silence. Numerous tracks leads from the door towards the mountains. Site discovered, cave hideout. Take the resources. Now you guys have... Let's go to the icebound dreadnought. Steam hub efficiency has been upgraded. Hopefully that will... Yes, that put us in a surplus again. Now let's do the generator efficiency upgrade. Or maybe the coal mining rationalization, I think.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
Now do evening prayers. Temple has influenced some people to mend their ways. At least one person. And we have plenty of metal as well, so we might just as well continue upgrading tents. Scouts have reached the dreadnought. Most of the machinery aboard the USS Prometheus has been dismantled and taken away. The massive steam hammer used to split the thickest ice lies broken by the ship's bow. Calculating genius. The dreadnought is stripped of useful machinery, but its hulk contains enough steel to justify establishing an outpost here. On the bridge we found a log with Tesla's last orders. Transfer all supplies and able-bodied survivors aboard Hephaestus. Take the amputees only if you have prostheses to make them useful. Sites discovered, wrecked vehicle. Okay, now let's send these guys back to the city. And how much do we need for... 45 steel. Discontent is very low, which is good. Food theft, there we go. Someone has stolen 101 food rations from the stockpiles. People are saying it was the Londoners gathering supplies for their journey. It seems this ridiculous idea of leaving for London is gaining traction. Send the Faith Keepers to catch them. And the Faith Keepers succeeded. Good. People abandon the Londoners. We need to build a resource depot. Ah, we're going to have too much wood. They have returned to the city with the children, food rations, wood and steam core. I think we're done down here. Let's go to the walled colony. The wood is full. Which means we can take the workers out of these buildings. Also, I forgot to shut down the steam generators out there. This one I need. We pass a new law. We have the House of Healing. We have public penance. That looks nasty. Righteous denunciation. We'll go with the House of Healing.
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
Let's build it there.
Move. Time to get to work.
Apparently we could turn this thing off. Coal mining rationalization has been researched, but before we do anything with that, we need to build the outpost depot, which we can build there. Now we need a road to go out to that. Like so. We have 25 steel left. The advanced steelworks does not require steam cores either. Let's go with that then. And that's the temperature drop that I'm wary about. Minus 70 degrees. Can we build more of these? Yes, we can. Put workers in there. House of Healing has been built in accordance with the new law. Hope rises. How many? There's room for 10 in these. And this has room for 5. Spilled one over there as well. What did you do to the road there? It's better. Food for the hungry. Sir, our faith keepers have found someone's illegal stash of food. It's quite big, so they plan to distribute it amongst the people in need. But perhaps you'd like it to be used another way? The keepers have the right idea. Ah, good, good, good. And slowly start sending out people to work again. Advanced steelworks have been researched. Does this apply? Yes, it does apply to the House of Healing. Research that then. But with that, I think it's a good place to end the episode. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you all in the next one.